Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Glad you all could make it tonight. It's good to see the gallery with some folks in it for a change, instead of 2 or 3, so it's nice to have you all here. We're going to begin tonight with our invocation by Councilwoman Diane Janey. May we all stand, please, and then we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Lord, for the opportunity to get together this evening, Ward 1, Roger Evans. Roger Evans. Ward 1, Terry Van Buskirk.
Here.
Ward 2, Tim Buskus.
Here.
Ward 2, PJ Elder.
Here.
Ward 2, Chris Gill.
Here. Here.
Thank you. You all have had the minutes in your packet along with the treasurer's report. We will begin with a motion to accept all the reports.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to accept the reading and approval of the minutes as presented.
You want to add the treasurer's report in as well? Do we have more on that?
I think they need to be individual, don't they?
We can do them individually, that's fine. Can we get a second on the minutes?
Second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All those in favor? All opposed? Thank you, PJ. All opposed? The ayes have it. We'll move on. Let's do another motion for the treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion for the treasurer's report to be received.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to accept the treasurer's report. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Do we have any correspondence, Ms. Brown, correspondence, thank you. Do we have any citizens comments? Yes, we do. Michael McQuaid is here concerning Grandparents' Day. Mr. McQuaid, if you'll come up to the podium, please.
No, right there.
Right there.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm proud to be here, be with everybody. What I'm here to speak on is that we now have that new marker, an historic marker for my mother, who started Grandparents' Day. And she wasn't born in Oak Hill, but she was born, on Sunday Road, Clifty area. My father was born here, and he served her establish and found Grandparents' Day. And so what I'm here to talk about today is that we would like to use and be involved in the use of the amphitheater.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I got the pronunciation wrong, but the theater to celebrate Grandparents' Day. And I think it's important that we, in Oak Hill, take the lead and make it to where Fayette County is really involved in Grandparents' Day and the state of West Virginia. If anyone wants to see that marker, you go up to the Baptist Church near the library, and that marker's right there. And so it's a historic marker for Marion McQuaid Grandparents' Day and how it came about in Oak Hill. So that's the main thing. And then as far as, I'm going to hand out some sheets and some badges for Grandparents' Day. But at the theater, we were asking for between 4 and 6 hours to celebrate Grandparents' Day, and it's been kind of hot, so, you know, especially, you know, in the afternoons. So this would be on Sunday, the 7th of September. And then these sheets will have everything on it that I'm going to hand out. But that's about it. And what we would try to do is have hillbilly music, not really hillbilly, but bluegrass music. And sometimes we want to say Mountaineer instead of hillbilly, you know. We're proud of the Mountaineers. And the whole thing with this Grandparents' Day thing is if we all started out little. Now we're not so little. And sometimes we think it went slow, and sometimes we think it went fast, and, you know, doesn't really matter. Everyone is going to be an elder. And so we need to work on that and make Oak Hill friendly for elders. So that's what this event is about, education and letting people interact. And so as far as setting the times, it may be hot in the afternoon, but possibly starting at 10 o'clock and going to 2 or going till 4. And then I wanted to try to organize the type of vendor that would be like more homegrown or, you know, holistic or whatever, and have vendors that were, you know, like farmers market style, or the type of vendors that have crafts and arts from this area, you know, relatively. Doesn't have to be, you know, right in Oak Hill. And foods. So, you know, the things like honey or those kind of handicrafts where they're, you know, something's needlepoint or these kind of crafts, and or quilts. But I think the city needs to kind of pick up on what's going on and organize this event for years to come, and to welcome any vendors or, you know, but I don't think my mother really wanted to sell funnel cakes. You know, and there's nothing wrong with funnel cakes, but there's also an alternative to that. You know, a different message. And so that would be the type of vendors that could be there, but also community, different leaders in different specialties that provide health services for not just the elders, but handicapped. And hand out literature and, you know, the whole thing. So anyway, that's about enough. I guess you get the idea, and I'll leave those sheets right there. And if you would, take a badge or a button. It's been nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
McQuaid.
Michael.
We have a couple of new faces I'd like to introduce. First and foremost, I'd like to introduce Chris Meadows as our new city manager. If you would stand, please. Did you find the place yet? We did. Good, good. All right. I saw you hadn't changed your address on that Facebook. I was a little concerned. Not yet. Okay. We also would like to welcome Hannah Morgan. She's our new zoning officer. soon as she got in the door, I was hitting her up for a permit. Isn't that a shame? That's a shame. Welcome to both of you. And now we will have the presentation of the Spirit of Oak Hill Awards.
I'll start.
First, I want to announce that we, on the Spirit of Oak Hill Awards, we have partnered with Modern Woodsman, and they sponsored the plaques that we're going to give out, and they also will give $100 to a charity of the winner's choice. Is that right? So this first award is for the individual, the Spirit of Oak Hill for the individual. And I got the person here tonight on false pretenses. He thinks he's going to be talking about our new branding ideas, and he still might, but the individual award, the committee voted to present this to Robert Love. And Robert, as you know, grew up in Oak Hill. He went away for a while, and he's back. And he came back into the community with a bang. He has been involved in everything that we have, and his wife also. But I guess Robert's the pretty face of the group, and so we see him more. But he's involved with the high school football. He's in our hubcap group. He's been helping us with the branding with Destination by Design. He comes and saves us at the amphitheater when we can't find our projector for the movie night. So he's been a real asset to the community, and that's probably not everything that you do. I think there was something else I meant to mention that I heard that I didn't know you were involved in, but now I can't remember what it was. But probably if we're having a community event, you will see Robert Love there with his family. And we thank you so much for being a part of this community and everything that you have contributed to with your service. So thank you, Robert. Come in. Get your plaque. And if we can get somebody to take a picture.
I got it. Well deserved. Thank you. Very
And
good.
so Sandy Smith is going to present our business.
And I'll be remiss if I didn't say also the Oak Leaf Festival, which everybody should come to.
Yes, you are. That's what it was, because you helped at that bingo.
You've done a great job.
We had a good job doing that one.
Well, I'm not quite as good as Demita, just ad-libbing, so I've got it written. So. The Spirit of Oak Hill stands as an award for recognition within the Oak Hill community, celebrating individuals and businesses whose character, actions, and dedication embody the very essence of what the award is about. This award's inception was inspired by a desire to honor individuals whose positive attitude and selfless actions often fly under the radar. Unlike recognitions based on athletics or academics, this character is rooted in the character of the business. It was established to formally recognize those who authentically embody these values. At its core, the Spirit honors qualities such as integrity, kindness, perseverance, and community engagement. This business reflects these values on a day-to-day basis. They show consistent demonstration of the Oak Hill values, positive impact on the Oak Hill community through informal acts of service and kindness. They are willing to go above and beyond. I am more than honored to award this to, or give this award to Barb and James, Designs by Barb and James. You guys want to come on? And I know you guys, when you ride through town in August and September, you see many orange bows. This is in thanks to them. They do this as a donation. They do over 250 of them.
And we love making every one.
Thank
I
you,
do
guys.
have to say that I tried to trick Barbara, but she got very mad.
I wonder how you did that.
And she was not coming to this meeting because she got so upset at what I told her. So I had to say, I'm not going to tell you what it's for, but it's for something good. So will you please come?
There. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations to our recipients. Bobby, Robert, I call you Bobby. I met you as Bobby. I'm going to continue to call you Bobby. We were in the TV trenches together, so I guess Bobby's okay.
Definitely, good pass.
I just wanted to let you know that I'm very, very proud. I've watched your progress over the last several years, and very proud of you. Keep going. Keep continuing what you're doing, and I guarantee you, Shirley's proud of you. All right. Okay, let's move into our group. Well, we already did that. Let's move on to unfinished business. The update on our evaluation plan for employees.
I put in your packet some forms that I thought might be helpful for the evaluation process if you want to use those. One of the forms is where you set with the employee. In this case, it would be the city manager, chief of police, the clerk treasurer, and the judge. And you kind of talk about what you expect from them, and you do that at the beginning of the whatever time. And then there's another one that you can, like if you want to have a midterm kind of, we think you're doing good or you're not or whatever, just kind of midway through. Or you could just use this for the evaluation instead of having it as a progress evaluation. And then the final form is like an in-depth discussion with the employee and going over their appraisal, their evaluation. And then you would give them a grade based on what you think of them.
So is this based on like say exceeds expectations? Is that like a number 5? They're getting like 5 points.
Right.
And then you take the average of that, and that is what they get?
However you want to do that. That was just something, those were just forms I thought that you might be interested in using whenever you start doing it. And I don't know how you want to do it. If you want to start like now and then finish up at the next June, or
Do you do it once or twice a year?
it's up to you all, really. I guess however you want, how you want to do
And
that.
at the bank, we have a mid-review in June and then one in December.
Right, and so this would be, you'd have a mid-year in December, and that's what the progress one was for, and then you have another one in June or July. That just depends on how you want to do it.
So,
And if you want to institute it, well, I guess the city manager will decide if he wants to do that for all the rest of the employees.
Well, that's what I've always seen is like hers, you know, you do a mid-year and then a end of the year, you know, to see if there was things that needed to be worked on, if they were changed, or where you were at with them. Doesn't mean that something's gonna change automatic. Sometimes it takes time.
Right.
But you'll know where they're at with that progression.
Right. And so that's the way these forms are set up, that you meet with them at first, let them know what you expect, and then see how they're meeting the,
Now, that's this
Those-
number 4 form that you're talking about
that's,
right now.
that's the one you would do at the end, after you've already had,
Oh, okay, that's the appraisal. So
Yeah,
number
this
3
is-
is the one you're talking about that would be your beginning, right?
right.
So now with us just hiring Gretchen, do we do something, like, we're gonna have something at the end of July? Do we start there, or how do we start?
Yeah, you all did have a condition on her salary that in 6 months you would talk to her.
Yes, you
And-
had to have a 6-month appraisal.
Right. So it has been 6 months.
So hers has to be by the end of this month, right?
Yeah, well, you started at the end of December, yeah, so we're going in 7 months.
Can we do that on the night of the special council, or are we allowed to do that? or-
Yeah, that,
So when-
because that budget revision normally doesn't take very long, if you want to do it on that night.
That way we're already here and we don't have to have an extra meeting,
Right,
extra night.
right.
That sounds okay.
I agree with that. I don't have no problem with that.
Any questions? Anyone? May we have a motion to accept that report, plan update?
I'll make that motion.
May we
I
have a-
second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the employee evaluation plan. All those in favor? All opposed? Motion's carried. Ayes have it. Number,
Mayor,
yes, sir.
is that just for Gretchen that night? or
That night will be just for
everybody
Gretchen.
That night will just be for Gretchen's.
else? Okay.
The others, I figure, we'll schedule throughout. I mean, I guess.
Number 2, unfinished business, our bank building update.
I do not have a report from the Realtor, but we are there's a building commission meeting tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, and it will be here, and we will, or the commission will, I'm not part of that. The commission will review an offer that has been made and decide whether they want to counter that offer or if they're going to accept it as it is. So we do have something, and it sounds very promising.
So there'll be meeting tomorrow night, 6 o'clock here.
Yes,
Is that open to the public?
it is open to the public. However, I mean, they will be going into executive session, or they probably will be going into executive session to discuss that offer.
Okay. All righty. I don't think we're going to need to vote on that. Number 3 would be our consider planning commission's recommendation on heavy equipment.
In your packet is the definitions that are proposed by the Planning Commission for heavy equipment. And I think that was out of order. I know, but I think I put it on this thing out of order where the documents are. It may be down on new business. Okay, so these are the definitions that we need added in the zoning code. And the first one is equipment, heavy equipment in an R1, R2, or R3 zone would be any commercial vehicle or machinery with a gross vehicle weight of over 14,001 pounds or over 28 feet in length. And then the same thing, heavy equipment in B1, B2, B3, industrial, government, business, government recreation, and planned development is any commercial vehicle or machinery with a gross vehicle rate over 26,001 pounds or over 40 feet in length. And then the other thing that we needed to add was mobile storage containers, any intermodal shipping container built to ISO standard 668 under the following subsections: 1 AA 40-foot standard, 1 AAA 40-foot high cube, 1 CC 20-foot standard, or 1 CCC 20-foot high cube. So those are the definitions, and then I've also put the land use table to add that's the storage containers that are permitted in B1, B2, B3, industrial, government, business, and government recreation. And then the heavy equipment, and on this, it has heavy equipment or equipment heavy, but then you'd have to go to the definitions to see what if it's R1, R2, or R3, it's a different definition than the other ones. So that allows heavy equipment in all those areas or vehicles because that's in the definition. So in the R1, R2, R3, B1, B2, B3, industrial, government business, government recreation, and planned development.
So it's going to allow people with food trucks and motor homes and things like that to park them in their driveway. It's going to permit that.
Right.
Okay, good.
Did it also include emergency vehicles and school buses? Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions?
Well, I just want to be clear on it because I think the goal was to limit somewhat in residential areas what heavy equipment could be parked. So I'm looking at what's on the screen now. It's heavy equipment is permitted in R1, R2, R3, and then your business zones and industrial, but
In the R1, R2, and R3,
It has to be under 1,401 and can't be over 28 foot in length.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So that allows somebody with a service truck to come home from work and, his company service truck
Like yours.
to park it in
And I
the
think-
driveway.
Yeah.
I think that should say under 14,000.
Yeah, it should say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of those should
Yeah,
say
it's a
under.
That
typo.
should say
Yes.
under.
Yeah.
And it should say under that.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's the only reason why I asked, does
Yeah.
that include motor homes, emergency vehicles, and school buses?
Well, that's what was, the 14,001 was allowing for the food trucks. And the motor home, or the RVs and that, those are allowed in another part of the code.
Okay.
And then the school buses, I don't know. I don't know how much a school
See, that's
bus.
what me and Bill was wanting, was for the emergency vehicles and school buses, because you got a lot of people that sit down, drive a bus, they're parked right out here on Euler Avenue, and that is where they have to start from in order to have to go all the way to where they have to get the bus and then come all the way back.
Well, they're over 28 feet as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they won't be able to be, well, there was a discussion in the meeting about that, about not, that people probably don't want those beside them.
So what started it? What, did we have a complaint or what?
No,
What
it
made all
was-
this get?
Yeah, we were having,
Actually created the issue.
Okay.
we could put, for it to be permitted, I mean, we could get a use permit on it.
That's a conditional use permit,
Yeah.
is what I thought. I thought that was the direction we were going in for school buses, food trucks, because sometimes, it's appropriate, sometimes it's not.
Well, the food trucks we talked about food trucks, and that's where we did the 14,001 pounds so that they could be allowed in.
Okay. So that's
But
gonna
the
allow
school
that.
buses were not discussed.
Okay.
But do they have to park them at their house?
Well, I think the reasoning that I got behind that, and I've talked to a few others that has food trailers and stuff like that. You don't want to sit down and have your food truck parked somewhere over in some lot, and the next thing you
No, I
know-
mean the school bus.
School buses, I mean, if, I don't have no problem with it being a conditional use. I don't have no problem at all like that. If they want to come and get one, and it's okayed by the zoning, I have no problem with that.
But is that just during the
As far
school
as the
year?
emergency vehicles, I think that needs to be put on there. There's a lot of people takes ambulances home and wreckers home.
But do they weigh?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, but you wouldn't want a tractor trailer wrecker sitting there. I mean, most of them set up here, but you do have some that's gonna be over 14.1 that is a rollback. They're a little bit more than 14.1. They're actually, if you go by GVWR, they're over 26.1. You gotta have a CDL, a B class in order to drive one. That's the only thing I was thinking about is ambulances and rollbacks. School buses was brought up too, but I'm all right with the conditional use for a school bus, but the other two, that's an emergency service. I mean, if you're sitting out here and you've gotta have a wrecker, and then they gotta take 15 minutes out of their time to go somewhere to get it, that would be like sitting down and, that's an extra 15 minutes that could be costing somebody their life.
Well,
That's the way I look at that.
I wouldn't think a wrecker would, but,
Sometimes they gotta have them there to roll them over.
yeah, but some people, if you have a wrecker right beside you, I don't know, that's.
It just sounds like we're making storage units out of everybody's driveway.
I don't know, maybe we could,
I don't think school buses are addressed at all now.
that's what I'm saying, they're not
Yeah.
addressed, what I'm seeing, even as
No,
a
they're not.
conditional use permit.
I know one time
They
we
just
was
park
in
there.
this, you had brought up school buses.
Right.
And that's where I keep with the school bus. You brought it up, so I was just making
Right.
sure that was still addressed.
And then, especially like if it's rural residential and somebody lives on 5 acres or more, versus somebody that's in a densely populated area with a school bus. Would you all want to ask the planning commission to discuss school buses as a conditional use permit.
I
In
have no
certain
problem
zones.
with that. I mean,
Do you want ambulances and wreckers in there too?
I'm sorry.
Ambulances and record, or other emergency
Right.
equipment, wreckers, and
Yeah.
Right.
they have a meeting Monday night, so that can be put on that agenda.
Okay.
No, it can't, because they have to advertise for that part.
And I guess if you,
How much notice do
if
they
you're-
gotta
if you're
have?
going to address that,
15 minutes in the May.
as far as school buses, some are not 28 feet long, I don't believe.
No, they're not.
So under the equipment, maybe we should table this so that we could say, except school buses as defined in another part of the code. School
Okay.
buses and emergency vehicles.
Okay.
You want to make that motion?
I move to table this until further discussion.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to consider the planning commission's recommendation on heavy equipment be tabled. All those in favor? All opposed? All opposed? Ayes have it, motion carried. Moving to number 4, unfinished business, property purchase update. And this will be an anticipated executive session.
Would you like to move this to the end of the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll move that on down. So we'll move into new business. And we will have a report from the New River Gorge CVB from Becky Sullivan. Hello.
Hey, Becky.
This report that I'm about to give was emailed out in May, but I'll pass around. I'll just pass these around. And it's the annual report from 2024 from the CVB. We are required by state code to do an annual report, financial statement, and a balance and income statement to the state by March 31st of every year. So I've done that. It's on the state's website. Anybody can view it at any time. This is our report that we send out to all of our board members and all of our tax partners. Excuse me. So I'm from the CVB office, which is the visitor center located beside Holiday Lodge on Euler Avenue. Tim's come to visit me, and Diane, I know you know where I'm at. I know most of you in here, you guys all know where I'm at, but feel free to visit anytime. We're combined with the Chamber of Commerce, and the New River Gorge Visitor Center is another. We're doing business as the New River Gorge Visitor Center. We share an office, volunteers, and staff with both organizations. And the CVB's purpose is to promote tourism as a visitor-friendly destination for Fayette County. We collect hotel occupancy tax from the county, from the city of Oak Hill, and from the town of Anstead. And in state code, it says that the occupancy tax is collected by the municipality or the county, and it is split in half, and 50% of it stays with you all, and 50% of it goes to your local CVB to further those dollars. We want to bring more visitors here. We want to put heads in beds and give them more things to do. The annual report highlights, Visitor Center had about a 12% increase year over year. We had visitors from 46 states and 9 countries. I don't have my glasses on. And we'll switch. Our top states for visitation are West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. Our top countries are Canada, France, Germany, Switzerland, and the Netherlands.
Wow.
The top 3 interests include our events and Bridge Day, our state and national park, the New River Gorge Bridge and the national park. The CVB spent about 74% of their budget on marketing. For the New River Gorge region, we are required by state code to spend 40% of our budget. Last year, in 2024, we spent 74% of our budget on our marketing dollars. This does include promotional efforts, social media, website, brochures, postage, partnerships, and special event marketing. 1,655 jobs are supported by tourism in Fayette County. 170.6 million travel-generated spending is done in Fayette County. Visitor guide requests increased by 26%, and those are visitor guide requests that we receive in our office, whether that's from the West Virginia Department of Tourism or the advertising that we do where people click and say they want a visitor's guide to plan their vacation here. Our partner clicks increased by 158%. We are now starting to see our lodging partners tell us that we are in their top 5 referrals for websites. So people come to the New River Gorge CVB's website, they click on a lodging property, they go to that person's website, and they can see where they're getting that traffic from. The website's lodging page also increased by 10%, and the guide request page is up by 143%. The direct advertising that you'll see for Oak Hill from us does include, we split advertising with the Chamber for the Oak Hill Police Calendar. We do that. We do Oak Leaf advertising, and we do Rat Card promotion. We do promotion for the White Oak Rail Trail Expo, advertising on Facebook, and coordinating with our local news. We have required photos that are specific to Needles Eye for bouldering and hiking. Next Tuesday, we have a photo shoot planned with the West Virginia Department of Tourism, Digital Relativity, and the CVB to do a specific biking and hiking photo shoot at Needles Eye. So we'll have all the activities covered to use in our advertising with the CVB. Now, we also have a partnership with Visit Southern West Virginia, and this is where it gets confusing. There is New River Gorge CVB, which is your county CVB. There is Visit Fayetteville, which is the Fayetteville specific, so they just do the town of Fayetteville, which is why I don't say I get tax money from the town of Fayetteville. And then there's Visit Southern West Virginia. So this is Visit Southern West Virginia, and this partnership is extremely valuable, and the city of Oak Hill does contribute a portion of the hotel motel tax for us to partner with this organization. This is their current visitor's guide, and I flagged all of the Oak Hill mentions in your ad in here if you guys want to take a look. Pass that around. I talked with Lisa Strader at Visit Southern West Virginia, and Oak Hill is currently included in their, it's not an app, it's a digital download where it's called New River Gorge, Beckley, and Beyond Pass. And in 1 month, Needles Eye had 46 check-ins, and the amphitheater had 69. And those are digital check-ins. It's like the waterfall trail that you've seen tourism do. So this is the New River Gorge, Beckley, and Beyond Pass that's online. We also do photos and B-roll sharing with this organization, Visit Southern West Virginia. Oak Hill has complimentary advertising in the visitor's guide and content in the Fayette County section, which you'll see. They have new photos and B-roll being utilized in co-op advertising campaigns through the West Virginia Tourism Co-op, which is an awesome program. We utilize it year after year, and it's a 75-25 split. So the tourism office pays 75% of the ad, and we pay 25%. And that's if you do multi-partners. So Visit Southern West Virginia, New River Gorge, and Visit Fayetteville all combined because we're promoting the same thing, trying to get people to come to this area and sleep in our vacation rentals, our hotels, our campgrounds, and plan the activities and stay longer. So that is all I have, and I know you all got the email. A lot of this may be repetitive, but I'm open to take any questions or anything you might have at this point.
Becky, what are your hours out there?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to 3.
9 to 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You get no federal money at all from like Park Service or anything, do you?
No. Mm-mm.
For promoting their park.
No. No.
That's awful.
No.
Have you asked and been denied, or why don't they?
No, I don't. I don't know if the park is getting much federal money. It's been 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've done some improvement projects and stuff with the money they have received, as far as extended parking and boardwalks and things. But as far as CVB's getting federal money, no, it's all state, written in state code for the municipalities and the counties to receive that money.
Just look at the increase of the visitors and it just, you would think could be some kind of help there from federal level, but.
And there may be some grant opportunities and stuff that we haven't explored yet. We could look into those.
Any other questions for Ms. Sullivan?
Thank you, Becky, for that.
Thank you so
report.
much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Becky.
Those "where are you" pieces are very helpful because I don't recognize half those places you're at. It's just crazy. And I've been here all my life, except for a few months in Florida, which I wouldn't want to be down there this time of year. Thank you so much. May we have a motion to accept Ms. Sullivan's report?
I'll make a motion that we accept Becky's report.
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the annual report from the CVB. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All opposed? Motion is carried. Up next, we have a little bit of good news. Police promotion, Sergeant Jack Brown will be promoted to lieutenant.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
I believe everybody has in front of them the letter from the Civil Service Commission requesting that Sergeant Jack Brown be promoted to the rank of lieutenant. He will make our third lieutenant. Jack's been with us since 2011, 12. I'm close on all of them. And of course, everybody knows that Jack is stationed primarily at the schools out on Euler Avenue and does a tremendous job for us there, helping the kids, teachers, and ultimately helps the city and the police department by being out there, stationed out there. So if Jack, I'll let y'all make that motion if you would. We'll have Jack come up and get his lieutenant's badge.
I so move that we accept the promotion from Sergeant Jack Brown to Lieutenant Jack Brown.
I second.
We have a motion and a second to promote Sergeant Jack Brown to lieutenant. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried.
Thank you. I'm just standing here because I'm up next also, I believe.
Okay. Item number 7.
I'm through with that one. I'll go to the
That's
next.
just fine. Item number 7 is a request to use the opioid funds to purchase new police cruisers for fiscal year 2026.
I thought we kind of handled this
We did.
6 or 8 months ago, but I believe it may have some of the wording may have got mixed up, and I'm afraid it did. So I just wanted to make clear that, I think I said during the budget meeting workshops back in February that we were going to you all had voted to use opioid money to purchase cruisers for the fiscal year 24-25. And I spoke about that we needed to purchase 2 more cruisers in fiscal year 25-26. And maybe I'm just not clear on it, but I would request that we use those opioid funds to make those purchases of 2 more cruisers coming up in this fiscal year that we're in now.
How much is in that fund right now?
It's over 100,000, but I'm not sure the exact amount.
How much are the cruisers, Mike?
I believe the ones that we just purchased was 103,000 total, and that was equipment and all.
For 2?
For 2,
Okay.
so about 50,000 apiece.
And we got over 100.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's well over 100,000.
Right.
I'd like to make the motion that we accept use the opioid funds for the chief to purchase 2 new vehicles.
May we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion to accept the chief's request to purchase police cruisers for fiscal year 2026. All of those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Item number 8, fiscal year 26, coal severance fund budget revision.
Are you doing it? Am I doing it? Go ahead and do the coal severance reports. So this is to change our fund balance from what we originally budgeted for in coal severance. So we budgeted $1,500 to be our fund balance. It is only $680, so we need to decrease the fund balance and our expenditures by $820. So in the other,
The other document.
it was at the other document. So this revision shows the previously approved amount is $1,500. We're going to decrease it by $820 and make it $680. In turn, we will have to decrease what we budgeted to spend in public works, which was $36,500. So we're decreasing that $820, and which will make that new amount $35,680. That's it.
Any questions?
Mayor, I motion that we accept the coal severance fund budget revision.
May we have a second?
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to accept the coal fund budget revision. All those in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Motion is carried. Thank you. We are moving to number 9. This one's not on your sheet, but this is one we're
This-
sticking in. Go ahead.
This is an emergency situation that has come to us. We need a new roof on City Hall, and upstairs it's leaking. And are you all having any back here now?
Not unless it gets real hard. When it snowed and there was snow on the roof, that's when it was persistent back here.
So it was only here, but now it's upstairs too, in the Coal Heritage area. And so we wanted to go ahead and advertise for the bids so that we could get them back while they could still do the roofing and not get into the cold weather. So we're going to ask the sanitary board to pay half of the roof because they're housed here. We have the buildings here, and we do their accounting, and so there's several things that we think that they could pay half of it.
So we'd need a motion for permission to advertise.
Right.
Is that something that we can do, being that it's not on the actual agenda and promoted? Can we do that, Mr. Fox?
If you declare it an emergency.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just became aware of the one upstairs.
And so you're just
recently.
looking to put it out for bid
Right,
tonight?
yes.
Okay, well, I'll make that motion. We go to bid.
May we have a second?
I second it.
We have a motion and a second to advertise for city bids for the roof of City Hall.
I would ask that you add in that because it's an emergency situation.
Yeah, okay. Mayor, I'll motion that because of an emergency situation with the roof leaking, and then that we go to bid for roof replacement.
May we have a second?
I second it.
Okay. We have a motion and a second for an emergency situation of permission to advertise for the roof of the City Hall. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And we hope there are none. Thank you very much. Motion is carried. Okay. We're going to add one more. It's not really an emergency situation,
Well,
but it
and
is
it's just a
necessary.
report.
It's just a
not-
report.
But since Robert's here, and came prepared to talk about our branding, and I thought it would be good if he gave an update on that, about what we've been doing with the Destination by
So
Design.
this is department reports we're moving into.
Well, I guess we
Kinda,
could say it's
yeah.
department reports. Sorry.
We
Thank
still
you.
got to do a appropriate update.
Yes.
Go ahead, man. Thank you.
Good to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we've been part of the Hubcap Communities Program for 3 years now. I've been on the team for the last 18 months because that's when I moved back. But it's been a really exciting time. And what we did is we undertook a branding and wayfinding initiative with a company called Destination by Design. And they did phenomenal work for Oak Hill, also for Smithers and Montgomery, and then a regional initiative for the New River Gorge. And that'll be coming out more soon. But if you want a preliminary look, I'm just going to pass you guys around my phone real quick. There's 5 photos here. And what you can see is the primary brand mark. It's the first one. A couple examples of how it can be used in different ways. Our tagline, where adventure puts down roots. So the branding campaign is Explore Oak Hill. And the tagline for it is where adventure puts down roots. And then an example of the wayfinding sign that they developed for us, and what those would look like when we put them around town. And we'll come back and do a formal presentation on this where we can put this up on the big screen, although they might be trying to pull it up right now, and that would be easy. But they did a really phenomenal job, and every part of the logo they put together has meaning to the town and the area. And the way the sign is designed, you'll see in a second, just looks really, really sharp and has connection to our area and the region. And we think it's going to be a great addition to our area and then the other towns that are also participating in this, and tying us all together as the New River Gorge towns, NRG towns. So it's been a real pleasure to be a part of the initiative and to see what's come back. And we're pretty excited for the next stages, which is implementation, and we're going to be looking for ways to find funding to get the signs, made and put in. The plan that they gave us for the wayfinding for the signs is actually DOH approved, so they've communicated with West Virginia Department of Highways, Department of Transportation, and already gone through all the preliminary things with that to make sure our sign placement around town is everywhere it needs to be. They've identified all the sites that we meet all the code requirements. Here's some examples on the big screen. There we go.
And this does not change the city government's logo. This is for people to use in their advertising. They could put it on something. It's for us to use. Matter of fact, Josh Sapio is working on a video for the parks, and it will be, some of these designs will be in that park.
Did you guys get to see the sign over there?
I texted a couple people. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure. I'll keep them up late.
And here's just some ideas if we would use it on some of our things, like if the CVB would do something, they could.
Yeah, the idea is it's an attraction brand. So for attracting, tourism, tourists in that are already visiting the park, but also for attracting new businesses, people to move here, to be used in all those ways. So it's a complement to the city brand, which will stay intact. This is a marketing and attraction brand.
Looks sharp. Looks nice.
We had a good team.
That company.
Me to Allison,
Yeah.
Megan, James. We've had a great team.
Yeah, I'm not going to take any credit because I have no creativity, so I couldn't even answer half the questions they ask. But Robert and Megan and Allison did a great job on that.
Looks good.
So yeah, we'll come back and do a full presentation in the not too distant future, and we'll talk about some funding opportunities and what it's going to take to get the signage up, and it'll be really neat.
Okay.
Yeah, the wayfinding signs will be really good, especially to find Needle's Eye. That will help.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you all for letting us do that.
This may be just a little off, but when I seen that logo, it just brought me back to the city logo up our side. Do we have anything on that?
Still I haven't checked lately to see what stage it's in, but
Yeah.
Still in that process
Okay.
To get it copyrighted, you
to
mean?
get copyrighted, yeah.
All right, would you guys like to go ahead and continue all the way down to the bottom and then do our executive session? Or do you want to do that now? Want to just finish out? Okay. Do we have any department reports? You've all read the ones that we do have. May we have a motion to accept all the department reports?
Make a motion that we accept the department reports.
May we have a second? Anyone?
Second.
I'll second that.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second to accept all department reports. All those in favor? All opposed? Motion is carried. Any council comments?
Mayor, I've got one thing that it was just, and I didn't know if it was worth putting on the agenda or asking about. I was just asking about, a couple people has reached out to me about the possibility of a stop sign on 3rd Avenue and 2nd. Is that, you like cut up Mahan, you go around and 3rd comes up? A couple people out there, you know, that I think y'all may have been working out in that area today. A couple people has mentioned about maybe like coming up the hill, a stop sign there. There's nothing. And I'm sure that's something that you can just run out there and stick up, right? If that's okay. I told them I would ask. Okay.
Yep, they'll look at it.
Before the next meeting of council, I believe the grand opening for the trail project at Needles Eye is going to have the grand opening. Is that?
It got pushed back. There's no definitive time set right now.
Okay.
But it did get delayed because construction got delayed.
Okay.
Okay. Any other council comments?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
go ahead.
Ma'am?
Well, I've had some people come in to ask about the Menden Bridge. Is that the city's responsibility or the state's responsibility?
That is the state's.
State of West Virginia.
Yes, and when we were with them, they pretty much told us they weren't going to do anything.
It was a $300,000 project. They didn't want to.
Okay, for those in the listening area, that's a $300,000 project that the state of West Virginia at this time is not willing to do.
Right, and someone said that they had even, it had worked out better for them not to have it. I can't remember who told me.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
Chris
And-
will give you that answer next month.
To just mention that they are having the state tournaments down here at our local city baseball park. It's been well attended.
There's also a food truck I noticed down there from the Board of Education. That's really nice. To feed the kids through the summer.
Yeah,
I think
through
it's
the
still down
summer.
there. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
The food truck for the Board of Education though is for the kids.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's for kids.
That's a very nice gesture on their
Yes,
part.
our summer youth, or the summer grass crew's gotten to eat there.
I just have one question. What is the status of the vacant building register?
Well, we're still working on that. We want to make a proposal of how the ordinance needs changed in order to make it work for what you all want it for. And we haven't done that. We haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay.
And I was wanting to ask, where are we with the boards on the windows?
Oh,
The ordinance
yes.
that we passed on that, because now, I mean, the citizens are speaking up now because they're sticking stickers on them.
I sent a letter to the owners of the former Bessie's building, and he replied and said that they may not put glass back there, but they were going to do something with it. And so I sent him an email the other day and told him that his time was up. And did he have an idea of a timeline? And I haven't heard back from him. So the next thing I'll do is send a letter that tells him about the fine. Well, I've already taught him about the fine, so I guess we have to charge him and institute the fines. I talked with the owner of the building on Central, and they are working on getting that replaced. The guys from Steen Miller have been in and out, and they're going to, or the old Steen Miller building, they're going to start working at that location. They've been here, so I don't know. They have to still get in touch with the fire marshal. They're going to put a convenience store in there, but there's some things they have to do before they can get that.
Well, I did notice, I thought that they had replaced their glass. I thought it was.
It
already
wasn't when I
replaced.
went by this.
I thought it was.
Over
I
the
may have looked
weekend,
at the
but-
wrong one.
That's one of the ones I took the sign down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one up here in front of Wendy's.
Yes, and so I talked to Chris about that today. So we're going to work on that and some dilapidated properties.
Okay.
So if I may ask Mr. File or the chief of police, when those signs are placed on those buildings, it's not proper for one of city employees to go up and just remove those, right? That's private property, correct? Can we just go take those signs off? Who's to say the owner didn't put them up there and they're just waiting for somebody from the city to come up and the next thing you know, we're trespassing and removing something that they possibly have put up? Not saying the owners of the building did that, but would that be proper for us to go up there and do that? Because there was a lot of complaints about how long the stuff was there. And there was really, in my personal opinion, I don't think we should go on the private property and start. That's just like reverse vandalism, basically, but still, What's your all's legally? I mean, what could we do?
I think you're going to need to look at each one individually. It depends on the content. But there is a risk if you're going on private property and removing something without their permission. There certainly is a risk there.
I just wanted folks to know that we just, we know they're there. We just can't go and just pull them off.
Just like there's probably a risk for whoever put those up there if they were caught doing that on private property. Right.
All right. Future agenda items, folks. August 11th, we will give our new city manager his oath of office, and we will be opening sealed bids for paving and possibly approving a letter to send the award to the company.
There's one additional one. The fire department has been given an MOU from the county commission regarding the purchase of a new fire truck. Chief came in and wanted to make sure that that was on the agenda for August as well.
All right. Chief, anything you need to say about that? Or
Not this time.
you good? All right, sir. All right. Our announcements are as follows. A special council meeting on the 29th at 6 for the 2025 final budget revision. We'll also be doing an evaluation of Gretchen Brown. And we have our regular council meeting August 11th, 2025. All right, may we have a motion to move into our executive session?
Mayor, I would move that we move into executive session to discuss the property purchase update and possible property negotiation, and also a personnel matter under department reports.
Okay. May we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Exactly what Mr. Hannibas just said. I can't remember all of that. All those in favor? All opposed? We are now in executive session. Thank you all for coming out. You're more than welcome to stay if you like. We may be a little bit, so hopefully you got some snacks.